Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Kelsey Fox, the Wellness Coordinator for the Nursing Homes Without Walls. It is so nice out today. I am sitting in front of the window doing my little intro. So if this is your third consecutive video, if you've done every single one that I've posted so far, very, very good job. You're creating a healthy habit, and that's freaking awesome. So keep it up. Today's class is a balance focused class. So instead of doing a typical upper and lower body circuit, we're going to be doing a circuit where circuit 1 is a reaching circuit, and then circuit 2 is a coordination circuit. So with balance, half of that is being able to balance while you are reaching for things, and half of that is being able to coordinate your body in different movements. So the first circuit will be a reaching one. Think about reaching up, reaching into a shelf, reaching down, reaching to pick something up off of the floor, or reaching across your body. And then the second circuit is going to be more coordination movements. So we're going to be having to focus a little bit more when we do these movements. So it's going to take some effort, but you've got this, and let's get right into it. All right, guys, so for the class format, we're doing 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, just as per usual. And we're going to be focusing today on improving balance, coordination, and confidence just in everyday movements. So we'll be doing 2 circuits, one reaching circuit and then one coordination circuit, all associated with balance. So as we age, balance isn't just about our muscles. It's about how your brain, joints, and muscles all communicate together. So this program is going to help improve that communication so your body can respond more quickly and safely. So starting with a warm-up, this isn't just about loosening up. It's about activating our nervous systems and preparing our bodies to respond to these balance challenges that we're going to go through today. So when we stretch our bodies as a warm-up, we're essentially waking up the connection between the brain and the body, which is what balance relies on. Okay, so we're going to start with head tilts here. The neck plays a much bigger role in balance than people even realize. So in the neck, we have some sensors that tell our brain where our head is in space. That information helps your body adjust and stay upright. So if the neck becomes stiff, that communication becomes less clear, which can affect balance. So we don't want that to happen. So we're going to start by stretching our neck by just touching our ear to either shoulder. All right, great job, guys. Take that 30 seconds of rest. We're going to move into neck flexion and extension. So we did this last week as well. When you look down or up, your body has to adjust your balance automatically. So we're going to be doing this movement again. So this simple movement just helps our brain practice interpreting those changes really safely, which is important for things like looking down at steps or reaching up to a shelf. Okay, 30 seconds of rest is up, so we're going right into those flexions and extensions. Chin is coming down towards our chest, back to center, and then gently up. Now remember to move slowly. Your brain is processing this movement as you go, so you want to have control over this movement. No one needs whiplash today. All right, we are resting, moving right down to our shoulders. So our shoulders and upper back play a really important role in posture, and posture directly affects our balance. So when the shoulders become tight or start to round forward, it shifts our center of gravity slightly, which can make it harder for our body to stay aligned and stable. So over time, this can really increase the effort required to just stand or walk upright. So that really emphasizes the importance of stretching our shoulders. So let's get those shoulders nice and loose. Lift your shoulders up towards your ears, gently squeeze, and then slowly relax them down. Let the shoulders drop fully because that relaxation is just as important as the lift. And then we're just going to repeat slowly. So focus on releasing the tension each time.
we are resting. We have 30 seconds on the clock. We're going to do another movement that we did last week as well for our warm-up. So if you saw my little girl Lemon last week, you're seeing her again today. That's my dog. We're doing torso side bends. So your trunk is your center of gravity. If your body can't control side-to-side movement well, you're more than likely to lose balance when reaching or shifting weight. So we're going to practice this movement to support our core muscles. So let's get right into it. You're going to sit tall in your chair, and then you're just going to reach and bend to one side, come back, and then switch sides. Stay tall and let the movement happen through your torso and not by just collapsing your body to the side. Okay, 30 seconds is up. Moving into our final warm-up movement, we are going to be stretching out our ankles. So take this 30 seconds to rest. I'm just going to give you a brief description of why this is important. Your ankles are your body's first line of defense when balance is challenged. So when you start to lose balance, the ankle is usually the first joint to react. So keeping it mobile and responsive allows for quicker corrections. So let's have a drink of water, take the last few seconds of your rest, and get right back into it. All right, starting on our left side, we're going to lift our foot and then just slow circles, nice and controlled. Then we're going to just reverse that direction at about 15 seconds, just so that we stretch out both sides of our ankle joint. And then we're going to do our right side after the rest. Okay, guys, drop that left foot. We're going to take this rest here, and then same thing on the right side. We're going to stretch that right ankle out before we move into our first circuit. Okay, guys, last movement. We're just doing that ankle circle on your right side, and then our bodies will be nice, warm, and ready. And then next we'll move into exercises that combine balance with reaching, because in real life, balance is rarely static. So we're constantly moving while reaching, turning, and shifting our weight. So let's finish out this last movement of our warm-up, and then we're going to jump right into that first circuit. Very good job, guys. Now let's get some real work done here today. Jumping into that first circuit, these movements are designed to mimic real life tasks, so we're just going to practice balance while reaching. So tasks such as bending to pick something up, reaching across a counter, or placing something overhead. They challenge how your body controls your center of gravity when it moves away from your base of support, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So grab your resistance band and let's get working. All right, so starting with a single leg hip hinge on our left side, we're just going to shift our weight onto that left leg, and then we're going to place a band underneath of our foot and hold it with that hand if we want a little more resistance, but you can do it without, and hinge back at your hips, letting your chest kind of lean forward, but keeping your back nice and neutral, and then return with control. So think slow and steady. Your body's learning control here. We're not rushing. Time's up, guys. That's it for the left side. We're just going to do the same on the right. So a little bit about this movement. When you bend over, like to pick something up, your center of gravity obviously moves forward. So if your body doesn't control that movement well, that's when balance can be lost. So this exercise is going to help strengthen our hips and teach our body how to safely shift our weight and return to standing without instability. So let's do it. Rest is up. We're putting that band under our right side, or we're just going through the movement to practice it, and we're just doing it exactly the same way. So hinging back at our hips, keeping our back nice and neutral, and then returning with control. And you're done with that one. Take the rest. We're moving on to cross-body banded reaches. So cross-body movements are surprisingly challenging for balance because they involve rotation and weight shift at the same time. So this is like reaching across a table, turning, or grabbing something from behind you or beside you. So your body has to stabilize while your center of mass moves across your base, and this is going to improve coordination and control. So we'll start by holding the band in our left hand and then placing the end of it underneath of our opposite foot, so our right foot. We're going to start with our left hand on our hip, and then we're going to reach across our body and forward. Control the return as well. This is where your muscles are really working, and you're allowed to have a little bit of a twist, a natural twist when you do this movement. So kind of mimic an everyday movement of reaching with the band for added resistance. Amazing. You guys are killing it. Take that 30 seconds rest, and then we're just going to do the same thing but with our right hand for the next movement here. And remember, during class we do all of these movements a few times over, so in these videos I'm only showing them once, but take your time, pause the video, replay it to get a good idea of how to do the movement, and then run through it at your own pace. So let's get right into the right side, guys. Rest is up. Just put that band in your right hand, the end of the band under your left foot. So we're doing opposites here. Starting with your right hand on your hip, you're just going to slightly twist at the torso to reach across your body with that added resistance, and then really control the resistance on the way back. Amazing job. We're resting one more time for this first circuit, moving into the last movement, a heel raise with an overhead reach. So when you stand on your toes, your base of support becomes a lot smaller, meaning your balance becomes more challenged. So adding a reach overhead even further shifts your center of gravity upward, which increases the demand on our balance systems. So this movement is going to help prepare us for everyday tasks, like reaching up high while standing. So let's do it. Holding onto a chair for support if needed. You're going to rise onto your toes and then reach up with your right or left hand, doesn't matter, and then lower slowly. Then we're going to rise onto our toes again and reach up with that opposite hand, lowering slowly. So stay tall and imagine a string pulling you upward. You're reaching for that bag of chips in the top cupboard, and then you're coming back down with them. Excellent work, guys. We're done with the reaching portion. That's where your balance system really gets challenged. So now we're going to move into coordination work. Coordination is about how smoothly and efficiently our brain and body works together, especially when movements require timing, rhythm, and control. So we're going to start this one off with a clock touch. It challenges our coordination systems. So have a chair nearby just for support, and let's get moving. All right, guys, so standing to the side of our chair, I'm going to start by standing to the left of my chair and holding onto it with my right hand. I'm going to take my left foot and I'm going to tap forward, to the side, back, and then I'm going to reset. So stay centered. Your goal is to keep control on that standing leg. Time's up, guys. Take that rest. So this movement challenges our body to stay stable while moving in multiple directions, obviously. So we're going to do the same thing on the right side. And in real life, balance isn't just forward, it's unpredictable. So this helps our body practice controlling movements in different directions safely. So let's take this rest and let's repeat the same thing on the opposite side. Okay, guys, standing to the right side of our chair, holding onto the chair with our left hand if we need the additional support. You're going to take that right foot, tap it forward, to the side, back, and then reset. Remember, this is helping our body practice controlling movements in all of these different directions. So do this nice, slow, and controlled, and focus on staying really nice and firm through the core. This helps a lot with balance. Fabulous. Very good, guys. We're going to move into a chair march. So we're going to use our chair as a stabilizer if we need it, but this is working on our core mainly. So when you think about it, walking is actually controlled balance, just one leg at a time. So this movement strengthens that pattern and improves our ability to shift weight nice and smoothly, which reduces hesitation and instability while walking. So let's take the rest of this rest, but then we're going to be standing again if you're seated, and let's go. So whatever side of the chair you want to stand on is completely up to you, but we're just going to be lifting one knee really nice and controlled, and then we're going to be lowering it and switching sides. So stay upright, don't lean back or to the side. We really want to stay nice and neutral, and we're just going to lift those knees, slowly lower them down, lift the other knee, slowly lower it down. Amazing job, guys. One final rest for this last circuit, and then we're moving into our cool down, just like that. So we're going to do a heel toe rock next. This exercise teaches our bodies how to control forward and backward weight shifting. So that's important for stopping, starting, and recovering your balance. Many falls happen when we can't control that forward or backward shift quickly enough. So let's start practicing that now to prevent that for later. So we are standing up if we were seated for that rest, and then we're going to hold on to our chair if we need for stability. You're going to rock forward onto your toes and then back onto your heels. We're going to do this slow and controlled. This is about precision, and just make sure to really transfer that weight equally. Don't throw yourself forward or throw yourself back. Just go through this really nice and controlled. And you guys are amazing. You're all done with that coordination circuit. So our body has worked really hard to stay controlled and stable. So we're going to move into our stretching section to help our muscles relax, improve flexibility, and allow our nervous systems to kind of calm down after all that balance work. A lot of these movements are the same as last week's cool down, just because the main purpose is just to get our heart rate back to normal. And we just want to move through really familiar movements and stretches that our body is going to respond well to. All right, so just like last week, we're starting with that neck stretch. So you're lowering your left ear down to your left shoulder and holding for up to 30 seconds. Adding that arm in if you want a little bit of an extra stretch. You've got this. And moving right into doing the same thing on the right hand side. We're just going to go straight through with these stretches, no need for a rest in between. They should be calming and restorative. So just hold that stretch there, right ear to right shoulder, up to a 30-second hold. Moving on to that chest stretch, so we're taking a big inhale and we're lifting our chest up to the sky, and we're holding for up to 30 seconds here. So from that chest stretch, we are transitioning right into a forward fold in our chair. So that's going to stretch our lower back out. We are breathing the entire time, slow and controlled. So we are sitting up from that forward fold, and then we're going to take our left knee and we're going to hug it to our chest. If this isn't accessible to you, just kind of do your little hamstring stretch. So put that leg out straight and bend forward, just like we did last week. But try to get a nice stretch in the hip with this one. All right, so just transitioning into doing the same thing on the right side. We're almost done. And remember, when we stretch now, we're helping the body recover while also improving our long-term mobility. And better mobility means your body can move more freely, which in turn also supports balance and reduces strain. So we're not just cooling down, but we are continuing on with focusing on our balance this session. All right, and for our last stretch this afternoon, or this evening, or this morning, whenever you're completing this, we will be using our resistance band. So just stick that left leg out, loop a band underneath of your left foot, and then we're just going to pull our toes towards us to get a really nice stretch in the ankle with this one. Okay, guys, so just take that band and swap it over to your right foot and finish out strong today by giving yourself a nice ankle stretch. This is the last movement of the day. And that's it, guys. You're all done for the day. And every movement you practice today directly supports your ability to move safely and confidently in daily life, whether it's walking, reaching, bending, or reacting to a loss of balance. So, what you're doing here is training your body to respond better, move more efficiently, and stay more stable over time. And that's what helps maintain our independence. So, thank you for your effort today. Thanks for tuning in. This is incredibly valuable work for your long term health and safety. So I'll catch you next week. Bye.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I need you to exit the video. Yes. Goodbye.